Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a ball of a time. Anjali and Kritika welcome you to yet another episode of Grow with the VS.
And today we have with us Shaurya Batra, the face of Shorgasm. He is someone who doesn't let stereotype gender roles define him. And most of you would recognize for him for his amazing makeup and artwork. Welcome, Shaurya. It is our pleasure to have you on here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Shaurya, decades and decades back, if someone saw a guy applying makeup, he would be slammed and ostracized by the society. Now things have
Yeah.
changed for sure drastically. And today we have you as someone who has normalized makeup and doing it so beautifully. Normalized makeup for men and doing it so beautifully. Please take us all
Yeah.
the way back and tell us how your relationship with art and makeup began.
Well, I am a son of a makeup artist, so that's where it all began. Like growing up, my mom, she owns a makeup studio which is only for women. Because I'm from a very small town where having unisex salons and makeup studios is just not a thing. So it was always for women, and so growing up, she would always come back home and show me her bridal makeups that she's done, and ask me for feedback and stuff. And that was happening since I was like 7, 8 years old. And I have a sister who's 6 years elder to me, and my mom always had a plan of handing her business to my sister, but makeup was never her cup of tea. So my mom always used to keep, trying to give her courses, personalized courses, tell her to come join in to see how it all works. And my sister tried for a while, but it was never her cup of tea. So she just left it. And in my mind, I was always to be like, why don't you offer this to me? Like you don't know there's a real makeup artist inside, living inside. And, but it was a big stigma. It still is a stigma. But back in the day, it was a bigger stigma for men to wear makeup. Like people couldn't even imagine thinking about it, that if it could ever even happen. Even I myself, was so afraid to even ask my mom once that, please teach me some makeup or please tell me how it's done and stuff. But yeah, like when I moved to Bombay and when I started working and I started earning some money. So the first salary I had, I bought a makeup kit for myself, all the basics that I needed. And yeah, that's how I started doing makeup in my room. And for 2 years I did it behind my closed doors, and now I am finally coming out and showing my entire my work and my talent to the entire world.
Amazing. That's
That is
inspiring.
amazing.
Yeah.
I know
Thank
your
you.
inspiration is within your home. I mean, nothing can be
Yeah,
better than. And on
definitely.
that, we would like to know how you consciously try to learn and unlearn parts of the mindset, which, supposedly living in this society gives you inherent toxic masculinity and patriarchy.
Yeah. I feel like there are definitely these gender roles that are just like bound in our society that we kind of have to follow. But there are always a set of people in our society who comes along and try to shake those gender roles and break those stereotypes. So I definitely belong to one of those small amount of people. So yeah, just being different kind of is difficult. It makes you feel like the things that you want to do will not be accepted by the society. You can't really hone into your talent or brush up your skill and show it to the world because of people just might judge you too much for it. So it was definitely a hard journey for me to kind of get the acceptance and kind of even work up my guts to be able to do this. So I ended up doing it at the age of 24. But I definitely would like to say that if these gender roles or these stereotypes did not exist to begin with, people like me who had these talents inside but did not have the resources to practice them or to brush them up or polish them because of the society, people like us would have been able to recognize our skills and work on our skills at a much earlier age uh, than we are doing it right now. So I see myself, if in an alternate universe, if we did not have these kind of gender roles in our society, I would see myself where I am today. I would see myself at the age of 18. So I think there's definitely a lot of setbacks because of the gender roles in our society and because of the toxic masculinity that we are supposed to follow or just fit into that box that the society has created for us. But it's important to not fit into it and just give a challenge to the society in return if you are someone who doesn't want to fit into that box. So I definitely try to do that. I took me a lot of years to get my family to accept what I'm doing, and so now that I have that acceptance, I'm trying to just showcase the world that hey, if you're different, just go for it. Don't fit into that box that the society is going to put you in, because that's not going to let you be successful. Or if you are successful, you're not going to be happy with that success. So to be happy with the success, you need to follow your own dreams and give a big fu to the society. That's what I like to say.
True. And as they say, if you're determined enough to follow your passion, you get the strength to break that barrier for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so, that brings us to a very important question. With social media, we are constantly, surrounded with unsolicited opinions, trolling, criticism. So how do you cope? Does it affect you, or do you take it constructively?
See, there are two types of opinions online. Like, one opinion will be a constructive criticism, and the other opinions will be hate. Okay, so it's definitely important to differentiate between the two. There's another opinion that lies inside, sort of in between these two, which is like passive aggressive constructive criticism is what I like to call it, which I get a lot as well. So I kind of have to, like when I started doing these reels, and I started blowing, my fifth reel only went very viral. So it was like very early on for me to, it was very hard for me to even accept it, because I wasn't planning for it to happen. My reel hit 2.6 million views, and the comments were just crazy. They were insane, because there were a lot of obviously positive comments, but there were a lot of passive aggressive constructive criticism in terms of, hey, like, what are you doing, and you look better without makeup. And then I get comments like, oh, such a good looking boy went to waste. Like, I get these kind of comments. I'm like, they're not outright hateful, but they're so passive aggressive. So like, it kind of shows that the internal homophobia that you guys have in terms of men wearing makeup and all of those things. So I kind of like in the beginning I wasn't able to recognize all of those, so I just became so aggressive about it that I started responding to all the hate comments and all of these constructive criticism, and I just I went in a very bad mental head. And so I turned off the comments on my first viral reel. So after that, I was kind of like prepared that now that I'm doing this, it might happen again. One of my reels might get featured again, or they might just go viral again. So I need to be prepared for it. So when the second time it happened, I was definitely prepared for it. And I could recognize what is constructive criticism from what is hate. And so I just chose to ignore the hateful people and take in whatever constructive criticism I got. Like, a lot of people told me my foundation shades were wrong, so I switched them up. A lot of people told me that my eyeshadow was going everywhere, so I tried to control it. So whatever genuine constructive criticism I get, definitely work on it, because I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm still learning. So yeah, I in fact appreciate constructive criticism, because it helps you get better at your work, right? So it's always a good sign when you're getting good constructive criticism. And to the passive aggressive criticism, I like to do my bit in terms of educating them, or letting them know that doing this is not right. And if you have opinions like this, and if you're putting these comments to kind of bring that other person down, you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to create this space that we have to showcase our talents, a negative space. And you don't have to create it in a place like our society is. Basically, you're trying to create that kind of environment in somebody's comment section, or of a creator you don't agree with their art. Just keep it to yourself, or DM it to them that, hey, I don't agree with your art. I don't think you should put makeup because you're a man. I will tell you, I will give you a proper response. I will try to educate you, because I think as creators, or as people who are different and who are doing these things, it's also sort of comes with a responsibility of not just outright hating on the people who are hating on you, because it's easy to do, because we have the right to just like start like giving it back to them and all of those things. But I try to feel like it's kind of like a responsibility to educate them first, because a lot of people are our generation is right now changing. It hasn't completely changed. We are in that phase where we're transforming from that kind of reserved mindset to sort of an open mindset. So the coming generation will definitely be living in a world where it's probably going to be very normal for men to wear makeup, and for those people it's going to be easier. But for us, it's kind of like a responsibility right now to make sure that we are educating these people, we are informing these people before we start abusing them or start getting aggressive towards them, that hey, you can't say this to me. And so I like to do that. And I do it as much as I can, and at a point it starts taking up a little bit of my mental space, and that's when I stop it. I outright just either block them or ignore their comments. So that's how I deal with it, because I just want to fulfill my responsibility in terms of educating and informing. And if after my educating and informing, if they're not feeling educated or informed, then it's on them. It's not on me. So I did my part. So after that, I blocked them. So either way, they're getting blocked until they change their opinion.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I deal with them.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
You have come out of that. You could deal these trolling yourself, right? But there are a lot of people, there are a lot of influencers who get into this field. They get trolled, and then they their morale just go down, their confidence, they just lose their confidence, and then they are not able to upbring their confidence again. So what do you have to tell them, who have stopped working because of the trollings, because of the negativity on social media? They have stopped themselves. What do you have to tell them?
I mean, I first, before I give a message to them, I first want to address that all of us creating these contents, we are definitely creating it for the views, for the comments. So let's not act like we are just doing it for ourselves. We all, at the end of the day, we are putting in so much hard work in these reels because we want them to get views and recognition, and as what we call it, clout, which a lot of people try to take as a negative thing. Honestly, to me, it's not a negative thing. Like, if you are a creator, you are obviously going to look for clout, and you're going to do things for clout because you want to be appreciated for your work, right? So long, like, recognize that you are doing it for that, but also don't do it just for that. Do it for your own self as well. How it begins should be for your own self. Like, when I started making reels, I did it for my own self, and when my first reel got featured, after that I knew, okay, now I have potential to become an influencer, or create content and really like do something with it career wise. So I kind of put that mindset, and I told myself that sure, if you're going to do this, do it for the views, do it for the appreciation, but don't ever forget that you're doing it for your own self. So no matter what other people say, don't let it affect your own self, because at the end of the day, you are who you are, and you should be proud of just doing what you're doing, even if it's not the most polished makeup look, or if it's not just the most polished transitions in your reels or anything. At the end of the day, it's for your own self, and just don't forget that. And I think a lot of content creators, when they start making content and then they reach a point where they're done making like 15, 20, 30 reels, they just forget that they started this thing for their own satisfaction, for their own happiness. They did not start it to help other people, or just show other people that, hey, I can do this. I definitely did not start it that way. I just started it for the sole purpose reason of making sure that my talent is being showcased, and with that showcasing, whatever criticism and feedbacks I get, you imply that on my content, and I just make it better for my own self. And I think everybody should remember that. And if you'll remember that, it will be easier for you to just ignore the hate comments, and don't let it get to your morale, because those people who are trolling you, they're just sitting behind a phone screen and just commenting. They don't have anything better to do. Look at your own self. You have a lot of things to do. You are creating this content, and you're putting makeup or doing fashion or whatever it is that you're doing content wise. You have that to look forward to. These people, they don't have anything to look forward to. So all they look forward to is spreading negativity in your comment section. So kind of look at it as that you kind of start feeling sad for them, instead of feeling sad for your own self. So that's what an advice I would give to content creators, that don't let these comments get to you, because these comments are only people who are gonna who are just there to bring you down. They don't have anything better to do in their lives, but you do. So focus on your betterment and your creativity, and just ignore these comments.
I think with that, moving on to our favorite segment, Play with the VS.
Yeah.
Where you will be asked some questions and you have to reply very rapidly. So shall we begin?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So a makeup brand that you will love to endorse, and a makeup brand that you will never collab with.
The makeup brand I would love to endorse is Fenty Beauty, because I'm a huge Rihanna fan and I love what she stands for. And the makeup brand I will never ever promote, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, because I think everybody knows what kind of person Jeffree Star is. So yeah. Okay. These are the two makeup brands.
All right. So, okay, second one, your favorite makeup artist, of course, other than your mom.
Yeah. My favorite makeup artist other than my mom is my cousin, Addie. She's an amazing makeup artist. She's a professional. She's worked with some big celebrities in Bombay. So I definitely look up to her, and I've learned all my makeup from her. So she'll forever be my favorite makeup artist.
Okay. Other than the makeup and art, if you were to follow a passion, what would it be?
Other than makeup and art, I'm assuming fashion comes in makeup because I'm professionally a fashion stylist. So that is something I would continue to do. But if that is also out of options, I think I would love to be a dancer because I love dancing and I love how it makes me feel like. So yeah,
Likewise.
growing up, I always wanted to be a dancer.
Great. Okay, so if your life was a movie or a novel, what would you name it?
Stepping out of the shadows of stigma into the shadows on your eyes.
Okay, and one liner for upcoming artists and creators.
Be yourself and believe in yourself and no one else.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the conversation. Thank you so much, Shaurya, for doing this with us. It's definitely going to be onwards and upwards for you. Keep creating and keep inspiring.
Thank you for having me. It was honestly an honor, and thank you for being so kind and asking me these great questions. I enjoyed it so much.
Pleasure is all ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
And to all our listeners who is watching us and is listening to us, stand in solidarity with what your mind and heart says, and you will achieve greater heights.
Yes.
Stay tuned with Grow with a VS.